Where's everybody going?
Last chance for a photo with Matt.
Jared, Jensen, we blame them. Send them back when you're done, Jared and Jensen. How is everyone today? How many of you have been here all week? How are you still so lively? Drugs. Oh, that's very interesting. Who's your dealer? Daniela? Great. Daniela, why don't you give us drugs? Oh. This literally looks like... No. This literally looks like nail polish. It has like that metallic, glittery... That can't be for human consumption, I don't think.
But it was Jared and Jensen.
I know, I saw them drinking that. And I thought, well... And by the way, you could tell both of them were like, they took a sip, they're like, ugh, ugh. And then finished it, and then they both got backstage and said, whatever you do, don't drink that stuff. Well, you had a sip, why did you drink it? So, what can we talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? Cass? Okay, that's a good topic of conversation. Cass is... They really set him up for a lose-lose situation. Like, if you get happy, you're gonna die. So now Cass just has to walk around thinking sad thoughts all the time. Yeah, it's a super depressing setup. We're all thinking about the fact that this is the last season, and all of the lasts that we're gonna have along the way. This will be our last JIB10. I wasn't finished. While we're still shooting Supernatural. Like the next time. Don't what? I'm not playing with you. They don't pop. I need to bring cleats. We did our last upfronts a couple of days ago, and I think it's gonna be a lot of goodbyes. There were a couple of our network publicist is generally a very stoic person, but she was crying when we were doing the upfronts, or she had something in her eye. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting year with a lot of lasts and a lot of goodbyes. I think about that a lot, that like the last of something a lot in my life for some reason, because I guess I like to make myself sad. And with the kids, I think about that often. Like, is this the last time that, West is gonna crawl up into my lap and eat his, breakfast on my lap and spill milk all over my pants, Is this the last time the kids are gonna come into the bed and both pee in the bed in the same night, And you get kind of sentimental about that stuff. I probably, like, if, I sometimes think about if the kids, when they get older, come, troll the internet and pull up old YouTube videos of their dad talking on stage, they'll never talk to me again. But, I was in bed recently, and Mason, this will be one of those examples, like, I can't believe you fucking told that story, Dad. I was in bed, I hadn't gotten enough sleep, and it was like 5:30 in the morning, and Mason yells from the bathroom, "Dad, wipe me." And I thought, oh, how much longer am I gonna, have this opportunity? And if you think about it, like actually wiping another person's butt is basically the grossest thing out there. And yet with kids, you're like, oh. So somehow I went from like the show is ending to wiping my kid's butt just now. And I made it fairly seamless, I thought. I'm sorry. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but since it's the last season, and I love the funny episodes. No, I
Yes.
actually love the funny episodes. I was wondering if there's anything special that you would really like to see. Like some people like to see Human Impala.
Human Impala?
Yeah, or like the body switch between, the main three of some kind. Like their spirits switch bodies. That came out wrong.
Yes, it did come out wrong. It's experiencing other bodies, each other's bodies. What did you say? So short of doing an actual gay porn, which I think everybody is looking forward to. I think. I'm sure that the producers are planning to do that for the series finale. I was just picturing. We've been talking about like how we imagined the last, the show ending, and sort of like a Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid setup where we're surrounded and outnumbered 50-1 and facing certain death, and then we cut to black and assume that everybody, we all get killed. But in that moment, like in the hunkered down, surrounded by ghouls and demons and wendigos, it would be great if they were all just like, let's just fuck. Like, I mean, and then I'm sorry. I went from my children to. It's not good.
I'm sorry, too.
I'm trying here. I'm really trying. So you asked me a question. Body swap. Okay.
Or like Human Impala was.
Human Impala. You gave me something that I could have taken as an out instead of saying what I just said. So thank you for that lifeline that I didn't take. I hope that we do. I hope we have a few more of those episodes that are like The French Mistake or Baby or Scooby Natural before the end, because I think that those are really fun. I mean, I think that we only have 20 episodes left, and so we have to have a lot of mythology, and we'll probably have to say a lot of goodbyes to favorite characters, and but I think it would be nice to also have a little bit more of that, crazy, irreverent stuff before it's too late. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sorry again. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Misha. First of all, I wanted to thank you because both you as a person and Castiel are big inspirations for me. And so I want to say thank you for everything.
Thank you
Yes.
for saying that. That's very nice of you.
And
What is it about Castiel that inspires you?
I think it's that
His consistent
just-
wardrobe?
his wardrobe is very fascinating,
Uh-huh.
very iconic, I would say. But what inspires me the most is that he always does what he thinks it's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he has his heart in a good place, I think, because he doesn't do something for to gain personally something from
Right.
that. But there's always, or even when maybe you can say, oh, that was a mistake, Castiel, you shouldn't have done that. But
Right.
his heart was
Like you
always
shouldn't have
in a
let the
good place.
Leviathan out of purgatory or things like that.
Yeah, I mean, mistake happens.
Yes.
But I think, yeah. But I think that he's very selfless. I think. Yeah, that's what I like the most.
That's nice. I think that's true. Yeah.
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 So, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And my question. I'm trembling. Okay, my question is actually about Angel of Vine. That is like a podcast you recorded.
Yes.
I really liked it, and I'm getting a bit into podcasts right now. So I wanted to ask you, how was the experience for you, or how did you? I mean, how did they get in contact with you? I mean, how was the experience in general? And if you have some favorite podcasts to recommend us.
I listen to podcasts a lot. I do have favorite podcasts. I like Radio Lab,
Okay.
and I like On the Media, and I like Invisibilia and Hidden Brain. Those are all very good. And The Moth.
Okay.
None of these ring any bells for you, I can tell.
No,
You're like,
but I'm gonna, yes. But I'm just getting
And
started.
Serial?
Like, looking
Serial
around,
was good?
So we,
did you listen to Serial?
I'm sorry.
Nope.
Yes?
Yes.
I mean, no, I didn't
No,
understand
yes.
your question.
Yes.
No, did you ask me if I listened to the serial?
Serial.
Serial Angel of Vine? No.
This is not going well.
No. They're not understanding each other.
No. Cereal.
Not a bowl of.
Do you like cereal?
Okay, no.
Let's find some common ground if we can.
Okay.
At all. Do you like bread? I had, so Cereal is the name of a podcast that was very famous in the US.
Okay.
And then I did a mock podcast of the kids having cereal in the morning. This is called a pun,
So
and they're not funny.
Yes, but I
And
saw that, and this is what that is about. I am not understanding it now. I had no idea what it was about, like the mock thing.
Oh, you didn't understand the
No, I was like, okay,
the
it's
reference.
Misha being Misha, but now I
Okay.
understand that there's a reference.
I'm glad that it works either way. But the funny thing about it was basically I just recorded the kids having breakfast one morning, eating cereal, and but I also took a few pictures of them having breakfast. And I realized later when I put it up on YouTube, you need to have a picture to go with an audio file to make it into a video so that you can put it up. And I looked through the pictures, and there was a picture, I think it was like West was like stepping in the bowl of cereal with his foot in the cereal, and I did not remember that at all. I had no recollection of him having done that. That was just like, of course he's doing that. It's just another ordinary morning. I liked doing Angel of Vine. It was a lot of fun to just get into using your voice to try to tell a story. I feel like it's something that I would like to do more of. And I also feel like, oh wow, I have a lot to learn because it's a very different thing than acting on camera. So, yeah.
Okay, you did really good, I think,
You
because
think?
yeah, I mean, in my
Yeah.
opinion, you did.
Right.
And because like at first I was like, oh, Misha voice. But then immediately after, while I was getting into the story and you were talking, acting, and I was imagining what was going on, and the guy you were playing didn't have your face at all. So it's like I managed to separate like Misha
It was like a
from
body. It was like a body swap.
Yeah, maybe. It could be a way.
Who is the? What does he look like? The guy that you're fantasizing about?
Well,
You don't have to describe him. That's okay. Thank you.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. First of all, you're great acting on camera, so.
Thanks.
And my question is, have you ever had a funny lost in translation situation in one of your travels? Like due to difference in cultural traditions. For example, in Bulgaria, we nod for no and shake our heads for yes.
You do?
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Yes, you do. That's really something. Yeah, I mean, what does this mean in Italy? Like when you do that, does that mean something?
Very good.
That means good?
Yeah, if you
Okay.
kiss it, it's good.
Okay, if you don't kiss it, what does it mean?
Well, if you got that,
This means what the hell are you saying? Okay, yeah, that's what we did. We went to a restaurant when like, I think it was year 1 or 2 of JIB10, and we were like, like that. What are you doing to us? No, I mean, yeah, there have been a few things like that. I think I also have just experienced new things in travels, and sort of learned by making mistakes traveling. I was in Russia in 1991, and I was in high school, and I'd never really drunk alcohol at that point. And so I went out with some of the other kids in the high school, and it was February, and it was 3 hours north of Moscow. And we drank a few bottles of vodka. I think there were 4 of us. And I was living with this host family that was about 10 miles out of town, and they lived in this little cottage with an outhouse in the back, and I had to take the bus, so we drank a lot of vodka, and I took the bus back out to my host family's house, and I got off the bus and found a nice spot in a snowbank to go to sleep in, and it was 10 o'clock at night, February, pitch black, and eventually a search party found me. And took me to the hospital, because I wasn't in great shape, apparently. So that was, I mean, maybe not lost in translation, but it was an opportunity to learn something about another culture and about myself. I'm sorry, that just reminded me of another Russia drinking story. So,
You can go on.
Another trip to Russia was like right after that. We went on this like exchange program. It was the summertime, and we were at this Komsomol youth camp, and it was a bunch of American kids and a bunch of Russian kids. And the Russian kids were drinking a lot of vodka, so we drank a lot of vodka, and all of the American kids were throwing up. And there was, I was staying in a room with 2 other kids, and one of them had thrown up in a trash bag, and then put the trash bag on the windowsill. And then the other one crawled across the floor to try to throw up out the window, and he put his hands up on the windowsill and dumped the bag on his head. I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I don't know what is wrong. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Hi.
Hi, I'm Misha from Israel. And
Hi. Very nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you. My question is there any kind of artistic craft that you haven't tried yet and would like to try in the
Distinct
future?
craft?
Art craft.
Artistic.
Like artistic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. I have not. I would like to learn to paint.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Good. You should.
Great. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, I don't know my own name.
Do you? Is it? It's written right here. It's Dimka. Yes. Hi, Dimka.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So you can, if you forget again, you can just check. It's right here. Yeah.
I actually have a question.
Okay. Do you remember what your question is?
Yeah, I think so. Why do you think that Jon Snow will be a good king for the Seven Kingdoms?
You know a show is a runaway hit when you go to a supernatural convention and you're getting questions about Game of Thrones.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, he's got a lot of things going for him. He's a reluctant hero. Like, he's like, I don't want the job, and that always makes you want somebody to get the job, right? And he has good facial hair, which is kind of a nice touch. And that's all. I mean, those are the main qualities. Why? So you seem to not think he would be a good.
I think he will.
By the way, I should tell you that I'm one episode behind right now, so do not spoil things.
No spoilers, no. Okay, I just think he's a lot like Castiel.
He's a lot like Castiel?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't
What?
want to be a leader, so he would be a great leader, just like us.
Wouldn't it be great if Castiel took the Iron Throne? In a surprise crossover twist tomorrow night.
I would be happy if he does.
Shit, that ship may have sailed. Thank you for asking that probing question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, my name is Kaya.
Hi.
I hope you had a...
You knew your name right away.
Yes, I know my name. I have actually a question for a friend who wasn't able to come here.
Okay.
And her question is, what would season 4 Castiel think of season 14 Castiel?
He would think he'd really let himself go. I think season 4 Castiel had very little in the way of empathy, and he was totally beholden to heaven, not to humans. So Castiel, I think he would see him as something of a disgrace, honestly. Season 4 Castiel would think season 14 Castiel was something of a disgrace because he's, in a way, now Castiel has abandoned his mission of being a soldier or warrior for heaven. And that was the only thing that was important to Castiel in season 4, or when we first met him. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. Or,
Yeah.
do you want to add something?
I mean, I think Castiel from season 4 would also, you know, lament the fact that Castiel in season 14 hadn't, you know, kept up his fitness as well as he could have. That he maybe should have used more moisturizer along the way. It is something that we've never really addressed in the show, but theoretically, I think Castiel's vessel should not be aging. And yet it is.
Exactly.
It's a little weird. What? Great response. Thank you. Give her a profit pass for next year. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Very misunderstanding. Okay, so you said that has
Wait, do you see that thing in front of you?
yeah.
It's a microphone.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that I will hit it.
Oh, well, don't hit it with your
I'm
head.
so clumsy.
You're too clumsy to get close to the microphone?
Yeah.
Okay. Great, I can't help you then. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, Diente said that it will come after Gas when he was happy. That, you know, this is supernatural, no one is happy. This is whole thing. So what needs to happen to Gas to be really happy?
What needs to happen to be happy?
Yeah, don't too fast.
What needs to happen?
Sorry, I'm talking to my translator.
What needs to happen for Cass to be happy?
I have it written if you want to read it.
No, thank you. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. Why would you ask such a sad question? I think Cass would
Because
have
I
to...
love angst. I love pain.
Oh my God. You're flashing a warning at me. This is making me nervous. I have 5 minutes left. Oh my God, can I write some notes for the other actors? Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So, I think Castiel will maybe finally feel like he belongs. Like he really is a member of the family, or that you know, Sam and Dean really care about him, and that he's done a good job and helped right some serious wrongs. I think when Cass feels those things, then he'll die. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sweet question, thank you. Hi.
Hi, so you're a big advocate of, I guess, environmental conservation, saving the planet, whatnot. I want to know from you, in association with, I guess, avoiding the externalities of climate change, what do you think are 3 key necessary things that have to happen in order to avoid destroying the planet?
One, get Trump out of office. 2, put him in a cage. And 3, throw away the key. I also think that there's a lot of really solid economics behind green energy and conservation in general. You mentioned externalities, and I think that there are a lot of quote-unquote libertarian thinkers or neocons who seem to think that natural resources and exploiting them have no externalities, and that's just not true. And those things aren't being factored into the economic equation, especially in the United States right now. You know, we're acting like you can just pump as much carbon into the atmosphere as you want to, and it won't, and there's no cost to that. But the fact of the matter is there is cost. It's coming, you know, we're already incurring the costs in the form of extreme weather and rising sea levels and, you know, species going extinct. So I think actually looking at the bona fide economics of habitat and environmental destruction would go a long way. And I'm just trying to bore everybody right now. Is it working? Let's do it. But yeah, thank you for asking that question.
Thank you.
Now I'm getting the, we're gonna decapitate you move. It does say end of panel. So I have to jot some things down for my friends. I will be back later. Thank you. Thank you guys.